So, Friedrich Merz is now a Nazi, if you believe Karl Lauterbach and some editor from some magazine or some station. I'm not even sure which one it was. It's not that important because it's the same old playbook as every time. That's what the left does. That's what the woke do. That's what the ideology does to people when they're in a cult. Is as soon as you step outside of that cult in any way or question the cult in any way, you are a dissident, you are out, you're an outcast. So Friedrich Merz is no longer part of the club, and yeah, it's actually crazy that he would ever even still work with these people at all, given the chance, that he wouldn't just go immediately over to the AFD side, because he sees what kind of traitors and backstabbers these fucking leftists are. See? And yet he still would go and work with them. If I was Friedrich Merz, after the team that I have been protecting my whole political career, the team that I have been going along with my whole political career, and they turned around and called me a Nazi because I wanted to do something that the majority of this country wants me to do, and I'm in the position to do it, and suddenly because they won't vote with me, because they don't agree with the policy, now I'm a fucking Nazi, that would piss me off so bad that the chance of me in a position to be the chancellor, if I was Friedrich Merz, to pull them into the government, the Greens, the SPD, the leftists, any of them, would be zero. I would immediately, if I was Friedrich Merz, make an announcement today and say, look, we are going to form a coalition with the AFD when we get elected. These people are completely delusional, and we're done working with them. They want to play hardball. They want to call me a fucking Nazi. We'll show you the Nazi. All right? That's what I would do. And another good thing, a good thing for Germany, but not thanks to the German politicians, is that finally the first, I believe it's the first German-Israeli hostage is going to be let go this week, and you can thank Donald Trump for that. Looks like Donald Trump has to mop up the fucking mess that was made for him in America as well as in Europe, and so you can thank him for the release of the hostage. If she's released, you know, she's not released yet, so we never want to clap too hard until we know that she's actually there. But, you know, there is a question here. There is a question here. Why is it that it takes Donald Trump to get this kind of stuff done? Why can the politicians in Germany not do anything? And especially in this case, I'll tell you the reason. When you have a gymnast running foreign policy and then proclaiming to the world it's going to be feministische Außenpolitik, then you get Hamas that says to Germany, fuck you, we're not releasing any hostages. You can send Baerbock down here, we'll deal with her, don't worry. This bitch is laughable, right? She's laughable, she's ridiculous. But we'll get into that. So guys, it is now Tuesday, it's the 28th of January, 2025. It's 9:45 a.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today for Germany. So yes, when Friedrich Merz made clear to the world here that he is going to take whatever votes he can get to put in the necessary laws that we need here in this country in order to repel this illegal immigration, he said, we are done playing games. We are going to take whatever votes we can get in order to put this through. And that means AFD votes, which is the only votes he's going to get, because the Green Party and the leftists have made absolutely clear they have no interest in changing the migration policy, the immigration policy. They care more about illegal immigrants than they do about Germans. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And now Lauterbach, the guy that nobody should take any advice from, medically or otherwise, in any way, because the guy is a complete fraud. He fucked it up so bad during COVID. I mean, I'm not saying other countries didn't. America didn't do great either under Fauci. But this guy is the biggest charlatan that's out there. It's crazy. Then he gets on there and calls him a Nazi. Some fucking editor calls Merz also a Nazi. And then it was in a tweet, not in one of the articles. But that's all okay. You know what? You know what I wonder if these Bundestag people don't sometimes, you know, aren't there any fucking men in that shit? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't look at Friedrich Merz as the example of a strong man. I don't. I'm sorry. If it was, I'm telling you, if it was me, I would go have a whispering talk with Karl Lauterbach. I would have a whispering talk with, what's his face, the wuschelige fucking guy, Habeck, right? I would go have a talk with them. I would say, when there's no cameras, no microphones, just me and them, and I would say, Karl, if you ever call me a Nazi again, I'm going to wait for you out in the fucking parking lot, and I'm going to whoop your fucking ass. Yeah? And I'm going to do it with a fucking mask on, so nobody knows it was me. You watch your tongue, okay? I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, right? But these people just get away with all this shit. Sometimes you need to fucking stand your ground on shit. You need to stand up like a man and tell these fucking... I mean, Karl Lauterbach, you could blow the guy over with a wind gust. You know what I'm saying? He's this like creepy old grandpa that I would never let my kids around. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know the guy personally. Not saying anything. I'm not making any accusations. But just the way he looks gives me the creeps. If I was a woman or a child, I would steer clear of that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Really. I'm sorry. He's a creepy fucker. And I would just not allow for these people to throw out shit like Nazi, especially when they, like I told you in my video yesterday, they are the Nazis. They're the ones that act exactly like the Nazis do. They're the ones that have the media propaganda behind them, just like the Nazis did. And then they point them. That's leftist projection. It happens in America all the time. The left projects on everybody what they themselves are doing. So if they're acting like Nazis, they call everybody else Nazis. If they want to censor stuff, then they're to accuse the other side of censoring stuff. If they want everybody to take a shot that was never fucking really tested on anything, they're the ones that will proclaim that it's the best shot ever. It's the most, they lie about everything. They're crazy. They're lunatics in a cult, right? And I think that people like Merz are gonna realize this the hard way. You know what I mean? The first time one of these fuckers that I've been protecting my whole career would have called me a Nazi and open fucking on Twitter or anywhere else, or to my face, you know what I'm saying? Then that would have been the end of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I would have hooked that shit up real quick, right? And there's no chance that I would take any of their parties into my coalition if I made it to chancellor. So I hope Friedrich Merz shows some backbone and at least has some personal, like a personal ego, and will not put up with this from them, and sees how backstabby they really are. They're horrible. They're horrible fucking people. I said it yesterday in the video. They will turn on you on a dime. You have to agree with absolutely everything they say and do, and otherwise you are out. And that's what they're showing, once again, their true colors. That's the Green Party. That's leftist ideology. And that is what is getting rooted out everywhere across the world, including in America, and all other Western countries are starting to get these leftists out of power. That's a great thing. I actually even have even more hope than I did that the AfD will make it into Bundestag, because once the firewall is down, there's no reason to bring it back, right? So once Friedrich Merz goes to have the votes with the AfD, it would be unacceptable and undoable for him, right, to turn around when it's time to form a coalition and say, okay, on that one vote we needed them, but now we're going to go ahead and go with the leftist and the Green Party again. That's insane. That's not happening. I can't see that happen. I just can't. I don't understand how he would do it. How would he rationalize it to his base and to everybody else, including to himself? How could you take the votes necessary to save the country from this illegal invasion that we are experiencing here, right? And then when it comes time to form a coalition for a long-term government, turn your back on those people and go with the people that fucked you over and called you a Nazi. That's crazy. So I think that the left and the Green Party is doing the same thing in Germany as they've done everywhere else. They have overplayed their hand, and they're continuing to overplay their hand, which is going to cost them number of votes. And I think that by turning on the very people that have been protecting them from the right this whole time, I think that's a bad move. And we're going to see. We're going to see. I might be wrong. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine a week ago that the AfD would make it into the Bundestag no matter how many votes they got unless they got a full majority. Now, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Every day we wake up and these leftist maniacs have done another thing that the whole fucking country is looking at going, what? What? They took selfies at a fucking Demo gegen Rechts rally and were smiling? Because celebrating on the fucking grave and dancing on the grave of a dead fucking 2-year-old? No. Yes. Not only it wasn't. They did. And today they call Merz a Nazi. And on the day of the Auschwitz remembrance, right? It's crazy. You know what I mean? It really is. But that's what the left does. It eats its own and destroys itself. So we're lucky for that. We should be thankful for that. Now to get to the hostage. Feministische Außenpolitik is something that every other leader in the world goes, when they hear it, right? They go, yeah, okay. You know, if I was Putin, or if I was Xi, or maybe even Trump, I would put out a little fucking gymnast mat when she comes for a diplomatic thing, and I would say, hey, why don't you put on a gymnast show for us and shit? That's what you're good at. Stick to that. Come on, shake it, baby. Put on a gymnast show. You know, Baerbock's had her best days behind her. We see that, you know what I mean? She might have been hot at one point. That probably helped her through life. And now she's losing that hotness, and she's in an ocean she doesn't know how to swim in, right? And so she comes up with bullshit like Feministische Außenpolitik, which doesn't get you any fucking where in this world. Because I'm sorry, the majority of the leaders in this world are men, right? And I'm not saying that women can't do it. Women might be better at it because they do take a little bit more look at the emotional side and shit. But you, at the stage we're in at this moment, you cannot, as a German politician who has no experience doing foreign policy whatsoever, who has experience in jumping up and down on a blue mat, you know what I mean? Then then go and fucking try to teach Xi Jinping and you know, Javier Milei and fucking Putin and Trump and try to fucking lecture them about how the politics with other countries has to be based on feminism. No, that's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why she doesn't get any respect. The thing is with respect you have to earn, right? And you can't demand respect unearned, right? And that's what Baerbock does. Baerbock feels like she's a woman and she must be respected at all costs by everybody, and she demands it. And the other people, and people just look at her and go, why? Why should I respect you at all? You haven't earned it. You know what I'm saying? That's how respect actually works. You have to earn it. And Baerbock and the likes of her, they demand it. That's why they're not taken seriously. That's why she couldn't get your hostage back. That's why Trump had to mop up their mess, right? And Trump is busy mopping up a lot of people's messes. The California fires, mopping up Gavin Newsom's mess. You know what I mean? Mopping up at fucking the WEF. Him and Milei told them what's up. They basically told them, hey, we're not going with any of this nutty shit. We're done. That's what I said what would happen after Trump got elected. Is that the people are done fucking around with this leftist BS. Right? It's done. That's the end of it. You know, it's not completely gone yet, but it's getting there, right? And they know it. That's why they're thrashing around like crazy, hoping to grasp onto power, right? That's why they're doing it. So they're done for. They know it. We know it. We know that they know that we know that they know that we know it, right? And that's it. So stop taking these fucking people seriously. Forget about it. And I would recommend that the same thing to Friedrich Merz. Look, it's the right for a reason. They're the right because we are right, right? The leftists are just wrong. We are the right because we are right. Just look at it like that. It's a chance for Merz to get on the right side of history here, to stop being so afraid of, to stop being so scared of shit that's never going to happen. We're never going to get in a situation where there's going to be another Hitler. It's not going to happen. All right? It's done. Right? Don't worry. Get on the right side while you can. I would feel sorry for Merz if he decided to go ahead and make a coalition with the parties and the people that just sat there and called him a fucking Nazi because he wants to do something that the majority of the country wants done. That's what politicians are supposed to do. What Friedrich Merz is proposing is something that every politician in this country should be standing behind. And the fact that the left and the Green Party aren't doing that shows you who they really are. They don't care about this country. They care about their ideology. Just like all ideologues, just like all zealots. They care only about the ideology, and anybody that tries to burst that bubble of non-reality is going to be an outcast. They are captured by the mind virus. There is no other way to put it. It's like a zombie horde. That's what they are, a zombie horde. There's no other way to really explain it. That's what they are. And it's not only here, it's in every country where these leftists, hold themselves up at. It's all the countries. They gotta go. We gotta get rid of them. And we're busy doing it. And God damn it, it looks like we're getting even Friedrich Merz's help. That would be amazing, right? Again, I cannot imagine that he would lower himself that low to go ahead and go with these people that now turned their back on him because he wants to do his fucking job, right? And instead of doing their job, they're out talking about, oh my God, Donald Trump and forced Colombia, and oh my God, and man, look, people are done with it. That's the reason. That's the reason why Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and all these people are basically going, F you. We do not care about your feelings anymore. We're done with this emotional manipulation. We're done with the leftist tricks. We're done with getting called this and that. If you guys want to fuck around, come fuck around and find out. Let's do it. That's the attitude that America's taking. That's the attitude that a lot of other countries are taking. And I'll tell you what, it's time Germany took that attitude as well. So, guys, if you want to get all my content directly in your inbox, all you got to do is subscribe to the Substack. The links are below in Substack. If you are not watching this on Substack, then you can go there. It's allaboutlogic.substack.com. Then you get all my content, including the articles I write, which, of course, I can't put out on video platforms. If you're watching this somewhere else, go ahead and follow me there. But in the end, the best thing you can do is go to allaboutlogic.substack.com. Follow me there for free or for $5 a month. Either one is fine. And then you can get all my content delivered directly to your email inbox. People, we will see you on tomorrow's Insanity Report, where I think, unless something more exciting comes up, which is always possible, I think we're going to talk about the FDP tomorrow, because they want to be back in the saddle. They have announced they want to get back into the game. They want to be back in politics. They want to be back in Bundestag. And I'm going to tell you exactly why you should never vote for them again. All right, people, that's it. That's all I got for today. Hopefully, you guys have a good day, good evening by the time this comes out. Peace.